India is one of the biggest countries in the world, and for us, just a huge opportunity to serve literally over 1 billion people.
That's right.
So we're honored to have Prime Minister Modi come to the U.S., and I'm certainly honored to be part of the group of Americans that can help welcome him. And so we're excited. I can't wait. And I think there's a lot of things we'd love to tell him about our experiences in India, our experiences growing as a startup there, and things that can help the startup community in India, whether it be Bangalore or Delhi or other cities that we're in.
It's interesting you say that, and especially I think somebody like yourself will have a lot of stories to share because you've got a super successful story as well as stories that have not been so successful in the past to share. Just from that point of view, what will it take for a Silicon Valley like ecosystem to evolve in India?
Well, I mean, look.
What are the challenges, the enablers?
Look, I think what it really comes down to is it comes down to entrepreneurs getting the experience of building things and getting funded and growing and scaling. That experience is everything. And so I think it's starting to happen. And that's a beautiful thing. I like to say that, look, Silicon Valley is up and running as a startup ecosystem. But in many ways, I think that there are a couple burgeoning startup communities that around the world that are going to become the next Silicon Valley. I like to say it's the 3 bays. So there's the Bay Area here.
That's right.
There's Beijing, and there's Bangalore. And so in many ways, the 3 bays, I think, is where it goes in the next, over the next decade, where it's not just Silicon Valley and everything else. You start to see a few startup ecosystems really rising to the level of Silicon Valley.
It's interesting that you say that, and I'm going to come to my next question because you've been really focusing on India and China as markets. What is it about the Indian market that excites you? Is it the scale? Is it the scope of what you can do there? And in terms of daily rides and revenues, where does India really stand for Uber? I know you're expanding there at a very fast pace. Everybody I know is Ubering it all the time, like we call it. But in terms of numbers and revenues.
Well, look, I think the way we look at what we do is Uber is about serving cities. And really what that's about is that's serving people in the cities. And there's hundreds of millions, over 1 billion people that need better transportation in India.
That's right.
And so for us, it's an obvious step for us to go to India and roll out in various cities and put our heart and soul into making that transportation as good as possible and help alternatives flourish. So it's obvious for us. It's not even in a question. It's really like just excitement for us. In terms of dollars and size and things like that, India is our 3rd largest country behind U.S. and China. And it's growing pretty fast. And so, at the end of the day, it's really going to be U.S., India, and China that are our 3 biggest markets. And just sheer number of people over time, it could be that India actually surpasses one or both of them.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.